Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the half shell. They are the world's most fearsome fighting team. The heroes in the half shell and their queen. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut him no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens. Leonardo leads Donatello does machine. Raphael's cool but rude. Michelangelo's a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the half shell.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Shredder's Revenge.
Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Play of mine, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the new Ninja Turtles beat-em-up that was just released towards the beginning of June of 2022, and it has received a ton of praise, just being a super fun, excellent send-up to the 80s cartoon, and just in general, being a good time to either play around with by yourself or with friends. This is just going to be a single-player Let's Play going through the story mode. There is also an arcade mode. The difference between the two is that the arcade mode takes you through the levels with no breaks with a set or just you start with a 3 lives at the beginning, get an extra life every 200 points, and you have 3 continues, you run out, your run's over, you do not get to continue. In story mode, instead, you have a set number of lives per level attempt. If your character is level 10, you will have 5 lives every time you enter a level, and you get breaks in between. There's a world map to go over. We're going to be starting a new game, and we are going to be throwing out my old progress on the map. However, we are going to keep our power levels. Now, typically when doing Let's Plays, I do not like to use New Game Plus features, as I feel like it gives an inaccurate picture of what it is like to play the game for the first time. But in this case, a lot of stuff in the story mode is locked behind character progression. In particular, most of the super moves are locked behind getting to the at least level 8. So I've gotten every character to either level 10 or level 8 so that I can show those off from the beginning, and I can switch between the characters freely without losing out on different features. So we'll keep our power levels. We have 3 difficulties. Chill is easy. Okay is also actually pretty easy. These 2 difficulty modes, very easy to get through. I can't imagine anybody who is at least vaguely familiar with action games struggling with them too much, particularly in story mode. Gnarly makes the game a lot harder. Enemies deal double damage, bosses have twice as much health, and generally the AI is a lot more aggressive and more willing to interrupt you when you're trying to take out various foes. They will attempt to flank you, knock you out of your attacks. The bosses will attack with greater response time. So Gnarly makes what is otherwise a very easy game pretty challenging, so this is what I want to play on for the sake of the Let's Play. One thing I hope they patch out, whenever you start playing the game, you always get a quick tutorial on what the controls are. I, of course, can go over those better more organically. Now, of course, in what is a beat-em-up without characters to play as? Just a fun thing to note is that you can have up to 6 people playing this game, which is pretty amusing, and it gets quite chaotic if you get that many. Of course, for our characters, we have the Turtles. We have Leonardo, the one who leads, Michelangelo, the party dude, Raphael, who is cool but also somewhat rude, Donatello, who does machines, and beyond our Turtles, we of course have April O'Neil, their erstwhile reporter ally, making a playable appearance, which is pretty funny, as the April of the Fred Wolf cartoon was very much a non-combatant and often served more as a plot device than anything else, but now she actually gets to do cool stuff. We also have the Radical Rat, Splinter himself, and if you have beaten the game at least once, you unlock Casey Jones, who was an incredibly minor character in the original 80s cartoon. I do not fault you if you did not even know he was in it. You should look up some videos of him. He was a complete and utter psychopath in the 80s cartoon, far worse than any other portrayal of the character. To start off, we're going to be playing as my boy in blue, Leonardo. Always been my favorite turtle, so let's start with him. Now, as you'd expect for a game made in this day and age, it of course has a story, though it is not very much a complex one, you know, arcade beat 'em up, not really big on intricate narratives, so this is just establishing what's going on, and once again, it looks like Krang is up to something, and wouldn't you know it, they're targeting the Statue of Liberty again. Apparently, they did not get tired of that plot after doing it in Turtles in Time. I do have to admit, Bebop's Beat is a fun name for a news segment. I'd watch that. And, of course, the Turtles cannot let this stand. They are not going to let the statue representing their fair city be defaced. So, Episode 1, Channel 6 Studios, jaw-breaking news. I do love how they do the little title cards like in Turtles in Time. And, unlike Turtles in Time, they do not have a poor Rob Paulson impersonator doing all the voices. They actually get a different character every time to say it. Now, going forward, we jump right into the action here. Now, I want to go over the various moves we can do. Of course, you got your basic 4-hit combo. You can hold the attack button to charge up a heavy attack. Leonardo's got a pretty good one that attacks twice. While you are doing a heavy attack, you have super armor. You still take damage, but you cannot be knocked out of it. We can double tap to dash. We can press the jump button while dashing to do a slide attack, a very good move. For most characters, this move has transcendent priority and will go through any attack that an enemy does. We have a dodge button where we can cartwheel, and you are invincible during the cartwheel. While doing a cartwheel, you can press the attack button to do a flying attack. This homes in on enemies a little bit, so it's a very good way, a very good idea to dodge an attack and then do a flying attack. One thing to note though, you are only invulnerable during the cartwheel animation. As soon as it ends and during flying attacks, you are fully vulnerable. We can press the jump button and the attack button at the same time to do a rising attack. We can press the attack button in the air to do a dive kick. We can press the jump button twice rapidly to do a double jump, and then we can do a flying attack, or, I'm sorry, a descending jump attack. Leonardo's got a unique one, actually, that hits multiple times. One thing to watch out for with this attack, though, is that it has a lot of ending lag. And, of course, we have super attacks. By pressing the super attack button, we can utilize them. You need to have some ninjutsu power to do so. That bar underneath our score is our ninja power. And it costs 1 bar to use a super attack. You can jump into the air and do a super attack. That attack is the most damaging attack that any character has, does a ton of damage, often one-shots a lot of difficult enemies, and we can do a cartwheel and do another super attack that way. Leonardo's is not very special, so I do not like it very much. I often do it when I don't even intend to. Now, you may have noticed I failed a challenge there. That is something that you can do in the story mode, is every level has various challenges you can go through. Channel 6 News has, well, Jaw-Breaking News has one that involves not taking any damage, which I pretty much always fail, because it is very hard to avoid taking damage on this difficulty. And there are various other challenges. I'm not going to do all of them because a lot of them are very grindy, and as I said, it is pretty difficult to get through the levels without taking any damage. The other challenges we have is defeat 6-foot soldiers by using traps, which we will see later, and the other is defeat 20 by using combo finishers, which of course is using the light attack and then hitting them and killing them with the final hit of that combo. That is actually harder to do than it sounds, because a lot of enemies actually do not have enough health to survive your full combo, so you won't technically kill them with the finisher. Now, you may notice that door knocking in the background. Inside, we find Burn. April's, I forget what his job is. I think he's an editor in Channel 6 News. It's been a while since I've watched any episode with him in the Fred Wolf cartoon. But yes, there are various NPCs to rescue and items to collect in the story mode. For collecting those items, you get bonus points to level up your character. Although, in something of a botched execution on this, you can only collect the bonus points once. Oh, you know, another attack I forgot to mention is when doing a dash attack, you can also press the attack button to do a shoulder tackle. And for Leonardo, this shoulder tackle deals double damage, so for enemies that only have 2 hit points, he can kill them immediately with it. Kind of getting shown the business here. So let's just take these guys down. Now another thing we can do is taunt, and taunting actually has functionality in this game. As you can see, when you taunt, it restores some of your ninjutsu power. It gives you 1 full bar back, so it is a bit hard to integrate that into standard combat, but when you have moments where there are no enemies on screen, you can taunt, and you don't actually need to taunt an enemy to get ninjutsu power back. You just need to do it in general, and you'll get it. These guys with shields, you either have to attack them from the back, or hit them with a heavy attack, or a super attack to take them out. They're not too threatening, though. And there, we got them defeated by the traps. Hopefully we can get the, what was it? The achievement for defeating them with combo finishers. These katana guys, they can block attacks from the front, and they like to come in with these diving attacks. They're not too threatening, though, and they have a lot of ending lag when they land those diving attacks, so you can hit them no problem. Now that we have 3 ninjutsu bars, we can go into radical mode, or I forget what this mode is called actually, I just call it radical mode because that's what they say. This is a super mode where you get much more powerful attacks, your characters move faster, and I think you have super armor. I don't use it too much. I find using that meter to be put to much better use with the super attacks, since a lot of those are just so good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the combo finisher one, yeah. It is actually pretty tricky to get that one, because like I said, the enemies just so often die before you get the finisher in. Okay, of course we've got pizzas over here. Let me just check here. Okay, so one of the items we found is a classic headline. We have to turn that into a character that we rescue in the stages to get everything. I'm wondering if I missed a collectible, because it says I only have... Oh, no, it just took a while to register it. Okay, so we did find all the secrets. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling, so it could be very easy for me to miss secrets, so hopefully I can get them all. But it's not a big deal. I can just go back into the level to get them if I miss any. We got our first boss, Bebop, taking off the reins of being our warm-up boss. He is pretty easy. When he gets knocked down, he will get back up with a punch. He has that attack. One thing you can do when he's doing the punch is do a rising attack to go over the punch while still dealing damage to him. You gotta watch out for that charge. You can cartwheel right through it, but sometimes when you are in the midst of attacking enemies, it can be easy to lose track of it. Whoop. Yeah, I did the super attack there because I had invincibility during it, so I could avoid his charge a little bit more easily. As you can see, he gets a... Oh, hey, we did get the challenge. Nice. He gets some health. Oh, I was trying to do a jump there. You cannot really jump during combos. It's a bit tricky to pull off. There's a lot of sort of committal lag to that, so sometimes the game won't let you jump during that. One thing you can do, though, is do a rising attack and then go into a super as that ends. And there we go. Like I said, jumping supers are very powerful, do a ton of damage, though they are not always the ones that you want to use against bosses. Sometimes they leave you in a bad situation where you might take a hit. Now, if you were playing on a difficulty below this, Bebop would die much, much faster. Honestly, he would... Not even, like, I would say, like, he would last a third of the time that he did there. Now, any story sequence that we come across at this point actually does not have any more written dialogue, although you might hear some voice clips. Now that we've rescued Burn, he has been unlocked on the world map, and once we collect his classic headlines, we can turn that in for some bonus points, though I'll probably turn those in for a character who is not at the level cap yet, which is, I think it's just Raph and Casey. Anyway, a fun little callback to Turtles in Time. Of course, the first stage of that game was Big Apple 3 AM. I'm not sure really why they called that, because it was, that level just took place on a nondescript bridge, and there wasn't really any notable New York landmarks you could see, but whatever. Anyway, coming out here, we get attacked by a bunch more of these purple guys, and this guy's just kind of kiting away, so I can't hit him. Always be mindful when enemies get behind you, and unfortunately I took a nasty hit there. Now, there is one achievement in this game that is pretty difficult to get, that is getting a 250 combo string. A lot of people like to cheese that just by getting an enemy up against the wall and hitting them repeatedly. I doubt I'll get it throughout the course of this Let's Play, but, you know, who knows. There we got a Power Pizza, which puts us into a spinning attack that allows us to kill anything we come across in close to one hit. There are some tougher enemies. Let me see here. This challenge list reminded me of a mechanic I did not go over, because honestly, this is not that useful in this game. We have throw attacks in this game. I used one there where I did a shoulder toss. To do a throw attack, you just have to walk into an enemy and you will grab them automatically. It's a lot easier to do that when you've hit them and put them into a bit of hit stun. You gotta kill some enemies with traps also, but we want to fling these enemies towards the screen. That is the best throw. It kills the enemies instantly. A lot of throws, I am not a fan of them in this game. Let's show off the other one. By holding up and doing the attack button, you can do the Ragdoll Slam. Now, in the Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist, doing those throws actually made you invulnerable. In addition to, in Turtles in Time, the Ragdoll Slam also killed enemies and anybody who got hit by the enemy being slammed down instantly, so it was very, very powerful. But in this game, they don't give you invulnerability. Instead, you have super armor while doing throws, and you still take damage while trying to use them, so I am not a big fan of them. I think they're too risky, and a lot of them are not insta-kills anymore. The Ragdoll Slam only does 3 damage once it finishes. And what was it? The shoulder toss also does 3 damage. The fling toss is the only one that instantly kills, but it does not hit other enemies. Also, we got a bit of a trap over here. How many secrets we got on this level? There are 3 to collect. If we can just jump over this car. He's not doing it. Eventually, he'll go away after we take out some of these purple ninjas. Yep, there we go. We'll use a super attack. I think we just got to kill one more enemy with a super attack to get that challenge cleared. Here we've got some motorcycle guys. You can attack them with jump kicks, or you can slide into them. Leonardo's foot is mightier than their bike. Not too difficult to take care of. Obviously, they get a bit more challenging when we have to balance them with other enemies. And there we go. That's that challenge done. What was the other one? Alright, fling tosses, fling tosses. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, that guy's dead. We'll just take these guys out. Oh, or not. Okay. Oh, come on. Of course that got knocked down. Yeah, that's a little inconsistent sometimes with the knockdown there. I'm not really sure why that knocked him down, but it just did, so we couldn't do our fling toss. Come on. Oh, that was the wrong toss. Although it did allow me to avoid taking damage, at least. And we'll just use my mighty foot to take this guy out. Unfortunately, the motorcycle guys, they only have 1 HP after being knocked off the... Oh! Okay, so there's a bit of a weird bug with projectiles from enemies. For whatever reason, they seem to hit you, like, multiple times as they pass through you. So a lot of times, they can kill you instantly like that. It is absurd. I don't think they're intended to do that much damage, because that is ridiculous. Oh. One thing that is really unfortunate about dying is that all of your ninja power goes away when you die, so that's something you gotta be really mindful of. Here we've got a power pizza. Well, this is not a power pizza, this is a ninja power pizza. It gives you infinite specials, so you can just use those as much as you like. It's usually in situations much like the regular power pizza, where you get attacked by a bunch of enemies at once, and you can just spam those to kill them all really quickly. If you are playing arcade mode, I didn't make mention of this, I don't think, or if I did, well, it doesn't hurt to mention again. If you're playing arcade mode, you get an extra life every 200 points, so you do want to make sure you maximize the amount of points you get. I didn't really talk about these axe guys. Their thing is that they have super armor while revving up their axe swing, and a bit more health than the purple ninjas. Am I missing a secret? Yeah, I missed a secret. That's okay, though. I'll just go back in for wherever it is in the level. And we, of course, got Rocksteady taking up the mantle of second boss. He's not too different from Bebop, really. After attacking for a bit, he'll do a limp kick to try and get us off him. He throws these bombs around. They can be a little annoying if you lose track of them. Just be mindful of where they land and make sure you cartwheel through them and don't land on them as they're exploding. Oh, whoops. Here's his other attack. He brings out this laser shotgun thing that fires that spread pattern. It can be a little... harrowing if you're fighting a foot ninja while he's firing it at you. Okay, we'll use a super attack here. Oh, a little slow on the dodge there. Yeah, you gotta be mindful of when he's going to attack. If he doesn't get knocked down, he's probably going to immediately respond with a kick, but it doesn't hurt to just dodge away instantly if you aren't sure. Oh, whoops. Yeah, got a little careless there. Very unfortunate that I died twice, but we've got plenty of lives. Yeah, I haven't practiced this game enough to be perfect at it, but I think I do well enough, and I certainly can beat it on this difficulty mode with no problem. That is episode 2 clear. Boy, that is one heck of a car. Alright, but we've unlocked Irma. She is another character that we can turn items we find in the stages into to get some bonus points. I'm gonna have to go back through the level to find the other collectible, but we'll just save that for the start of the next video, and then move on to the next stage. The next stage we have to deal with is Mutants over Broadway. I'll be tackling this every 2 stages. I'll switch my character, and by the end of the game, because there are 7 characters and 16 stages, we'll be back to Leonardo once again. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.